I'm here with Fry, for those of you guys who remember Fry. He says hi. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Tomas. It feels so good to be back. You guys, as I am filming this, it is July 29th, 2025. The last video that I uploaded was May 11. That is crazy. It's been so long. You guys do the math. How many days is that? I'm here with Fry, for those of you guys who remember Fry. He says hi. I kind of wanted to come back, and even though I wish this wasn't my first video back and that I could just jump into the kinds of videos that I love making for you guys and that I know that you guys really enjoy watching, I kind of felt like I needed to do this sit down video before I could go on and keep creating content for you guys. So it's gonna be like almost 3 months since the last video that I posted. Now that doesn't mean that I haven't been filming. I actually worked on a really big project that I filmed the entire process for. So don't worry, I was able to work on a couple of projects for the channel. But I felt like I needed to take a little bit of a break from the channel and kind of figure out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to continue. There has been a certain topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit, and I've been kind of trying to figure out how to go about it. And I just figured that sitting down and explaining things to you guys would be the easiest and the best way to go about it. So for those of you who are subscribed to my channel and follow me because of my interior design in film series, thank you so much, first of all. But you probably know that I started making videos about interiors in film and discussing some of my favorite and your favorite movie and TV show homes for about 2 years now. It's been like 2.5 years from the very first video that I did, which was this one right here, where I discussed a bunch of Nancy Meyers movies. This video did so well in its time, and I was so happy with the outcome, and it brought a lot of you guys to my channel. And ever since, I've just been continuing and developing this series that is so special to me. And I know that for a lot of you, these are your favorite kinds of videos to see coming from my channel. So I am super appreciative, and I value this series so much. I put so much time and effort into these videos. There is a lot of research and things that go on behind the scenes before I can complete and upload one of these videos. When I started the series, it was because I wanted to merge my love for film with my love for interior design, and I felt like it was something that was missing in the YouTube space in terms of a deep dive analysis of movie homes and sets. And it is something that I love talking about. So it is something that I wanted to share with you guys, and I knew that a lot of you would be interested in hearing. Now, from the very beginning, I have mentioned a couple of vlogs and websites that I have found that have really inspired me with this series and that kind of talk about similar topics. The main one being Between Naps on the Porch. I absolutely love this blog, and I have actually mentioned it a couple of times in my videos before, but there is a couple of websites that I just love looking through and reading the articles. They're so interesting, and if you like this subject, I totally recommend checking those out. But in terms of YouTube videos, there just wasn't much about this, so I was so happy to be able to kind of create the series and bring it for you guys. However, there is something that I've kind of been dealing with that I know I'm not the first or the last creator on this platform to have to deal with, and it's something that I kind of saw a couple of other creators talk about briefly in the past. But that is when another creator comes in and kind of takes your idea and starts copying it and making their own videos about the same exact topics or subjects, or even formatting it the same way that you did originally. Now, I will not be naming any names. I'm not going to be tagging any specific channels. This is obviously all just my personal experience and opinion and things that I have been dealing with personally, being a content creator in this platform. And it is something that I kind of wanted to talk about with you guys because I don't want it to be a taboo subject, and I wanted you guys to kind of get my perspective from it. When I started doing my more in-depth videos into specific films, I believe that my very first one was talking about the house in Practical Magic. I absolutely love that home and I loved making that video, and that kind of like really catapulted this series into what what it is today and brought so many new people into the channel. Then I believe I did You've Got Mail, and I started doing a deep dive into films by Nancy Meyers and her interiors, and the series has just kind of evolved to what it is now. At the beginning of these more in-depth videos, I reached out from someone who works in the entertainment industry, someone who has a lot of experience working hands-on with film sets and interiors, and someone who I thought would be very knowledgeable and who I thought would be a great perspective to bring into my videos. I proposed collabing, I proposed interviewing this person for my channel. I reached out in so many ways to hopefully be able to make a video talking with this individual because I thought that you guys would absolutely love it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any response from them, and that is totally fine. Of course, things happen and people's schedules are very busy, and I totally understand. However, not long after I reached out to this person, I did notice that they went ahead and created their own YouTube channel where they started a series talking about interior design in film and reviewing and discussing and analyzing very popular movie homes. And when I first saw this, I was super excited because this is someone who I admire and who I love their work. And I just felt like it was such a cool endeavor that they were taking on. And I felt like they would be a very refreshing voice into the YouTube world and the community. Back when this happened, I gave a shout out to this channel in one of my videos and told you guys to go subscribe and support, because supporting one another, it just means the world and it is so important, especially today. But I do have to say that I am a little bit disappointed with the way that things kind of unfolded. This creator continued making videos, and I just started noticing a pattern that all of the films that I would talk about in my series, they would then go ahead and make their own video talking about the same homes. The thumbnails were very similar, the titles, and just the analysis that they would bring in their own videos would be so similar to what I was discussing in my own videos, rather than bringing like a different perspective and new information or different research. It just felt like it was very similar to the content that I was creating. Now, this happens all the time, and again, I am not the first and I'm not going to be the last person that this happens to, but I was very disheartened that someone who I admire a lot and someone who I have talked about in my channel before was doing this, and just overall the timing of everything felt very weird. And of course, I wish this channel and this creator the best, and I hope that they keep making these videos because I know that so many of you guys out there love watching videos talking about this subject. However, it did kind of discourage me from creating more videos in this series because I just felt like the original idea that I had and kind of this whole series that I was creating was just something that started to feel a little bit less of my own because of other channels doing the exact same thing. And I kind of started thinking of ways that I could even make it more different and make it more of my own. If you guys see these videos, I always do a very cool and fun intro, hopefully that you guys will enjoy, something that's a reference to the movies that I am talking about. They're always so much fun to film. If I can go to a location, I will. And that's just how I try to personalize these discussions and make them hopefully a little bit more entertaining for you guys. But yeah, in the past couple of months, it was just a little disheartening and it was just all very confusing. And I really wanted to take a step back and regroup and see how I wanted to continue on with this series. Having said all of that, the last video that I posted in this series was me talking about the house in Father of the Bride, which is one of my all-time favorites, and I love that home. And that video actually brought so many new faces to the channel. So if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, it would mean the world to me if you did so. It takes just a second. You guys can hit the subscribe button down below, and you can click the bell button to be notified every single time I make a new upload. That way you guys don't miss any of my videos, and it just helps me keep creating videos and content for all of you. So I really want to say how thankful I am and how happy I am to see so many new faces joining the channel, and just wanted to say that it feels so good to be back, and I will be continuing this series and creating content for you guys. I have a really fun video coming up super soon where I will be talking about 10 movie homes that you guys have recommended to me in the comments of past videos. This will be a little bit of a mix of TV and film. I am so excited to share this video with you guys. It is so much fun, and it just feels so good to be able to talk with you guys in the comments and get your feedback and get your recommendations to then be able to incorporate it into what you guys guys want for my content. And this video is the first time that I take all of your recommendations and kind of like mush them into one very special video. So I cannot wait for you guys to see that. That will be the official return of my interior design and film series. So I cannot wait. But besides that, I also have a really fun project transformation that I worked on, and I have been editing that video, and it's gonna be a bit of a bigger production, and I am so excited. I can't wait to share that with everyone, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. But until then, that is gonna be it for today's video. I just really wanted to share my experience for those content creators who are maybe watching this, to let them know that you guys are not alone. If you are starting to get into YouTube and creating your own channel and your own content, and something like this happens to you, don't be disheartened. Just let it motivate you and keep pushing and creating more content that just feels more like you, more personal and special to you. There will always be an audience and people who will support you and enjoy your content. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.